What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. You guys can probably already tell that it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely gonna want to check this one out. It looks like the walls are finally closing in on that corrupt New York Attorney General Letitia James, and there is no way that she's going to be able to escape these prosecutions after this latest update, guys. And I'm excited to get into it. So we're not straight into it. All I ask that you guys please hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Another legal battle could be brewing between President Trump and New York Attorney General Letitia James. This time, it's the Trump administration accusing her of mortgage fraud.
Fox 8's Morgan McKay has details on this bombshell allegation. So, Morgan, what do we know?
Yeah, Stephen, Natasha, the Federal Housing Finance Agency is alleging that State Attorney General Letitia James engaged in mortgage fraud, and now the agency has made a criminal referral to the Justice Department seeking federal prosecution. The agency is alleging that Attorney General James falsified records in order to get home loans for a property in Virginia they say she claimed as her principal residence in 2023. According to the federal agency, as Attorney General, James is required by law to have her primary residence in New York. The agency also alleges that James, in numerous documents, misrepresented a building she bought in Brooklyn, saying it only had 4 units instead of 5. And they allege that James purchased another property with her father as a co-signer, but falsely listed the pair as husband and wife in 1983 and 2000. But these allegations are somewhat similar to the ones that President Donald Trump faced. James won a civil case against Trump in 2023 that found him guilty of overvaluing his properties in order to take out more favorable loans. Trump is currently appealing that decision. In a statement, James' office said, quote, Attorney General James is focused every single day on protecting New Yorkers, especially as this administration weaponizes the federal government against the rule of law and the Constitution. She will not be intimidated by bullies, no matter who they are. Attorney Imran Ansari weighs in.
What's ironic about this is that Trump and his supporters have always called out that the prosecutions against him and others were politically motivated. Now that he's in office, if this is in fact a charge that's going to be brought, the same argument can be used against him and the administration.
Now, no charges have been filed at this time. The criminal referral was also dropped on the same day that Attorney General James confirmed that her office is investigating whether the Trump administration engaged in insider trading during last week's 90-day tariff pause.
All right, you guys, and that was just a brief snippet, giving you guys a little bit of a refresher on the crimes and corruption of said Attorney General Letitia James. And with that, we've got many users on X calling for Letitia James to finally be held accountable for her wrongdoings, her crime and corruption, the mortgage and insurance fraud allegations. We've got Guthrie Eagleman here saying, why isn't Letitia James in prison yet? I would love to know. We've got Jack Hunherd on X saying, whatever happened to prosecuting Letitia James? And the calls for the prosecution of Letitia James for her corruption, her mortgage and insurance fraud crimes that she's committed are starting to grow. We're seeing that across the platform on X. I just did a simple search of Letitia James' name on X, and this is all I'm finding now, especially coming on the heels of the Trump administration's devastating ball dropping. I really don't want to call it that, but it seemed like an empty promise coming from Attorney General Pam Bondi. And I don't want to put this all on her. I do apologize if I came down on her a little heavy yesterday, but I'm just reading the facts and giving you guys my opinion on it. But now folks are saying if we can't get the Epstein files, the least that you could do is bring us Letitia James. We need to see justice served in that case to show her that no one is above the law. And I just did, like I said, a simple search on X, and this is all I'm finding. We got Johnny Midnight here saying, Pam Bondi, why hasn't New York Attorney General Letitia James been charged with mortgage fraud yet? And these calls are continuing to grow. We got Joel Gilbert here on X saying, Pam Bondi, why hasn't New York Attorney General Letitia James been charged with mortgage fraud yet? My March article provided all the evidence you needed. Sam Ansar, we can't forget about him, the lead man, independent fraud investigator, spearheading this whole investigation of Letitia James, gift wrapping up what all the materials, all the evidence needed for the DOJ to prosecute her. Yet we've seen nothing yet. Joel Gilbert saying Sammy Antar provided even more evidence. Arrest her now. I mean, we've had, more than enough information, more than enough evidence coming forth on Letitia James. I'm just not sure why they have not acted yet. What's going on? We got MAGA Voice here saying, I pray that Bondi doesn't have Letitia James' mortgage fraud allegations on her desk. This is actually quite funny in reference to what she said about the Epstein files. You know, she said that they were on her desk, going to be released to the public after she reviewed the files, and then a couple months later, now she's saying that there is no evidence that exists. What we're looking for does not exist, so we should stop asking for it. So this kind of poking a little bit fun at Pam Bondi, saying I hope she doesn't have Letitia James' mortgage fraud allegations on her desk, because we're never getting that. And guys, I'll read a couple more of these. Like I said, I just searched up Letitia James' name on X, and this is all that is coming up. You know, folks are so upset. They're disappointed. You know, that was a big letdown with the whole Epstein case, and we got a whole big nothing burger. Now folks are saying the least you could do is bring us Tish James. I'll read a couple more of these, and then I'll give you guys my opinion on what's going to come next, because it seems like the Trump administration is looking for a win in that regards to show that they are still on the side of justice. We got American Jose Islandman here on X tweeting out saying, good morning. Letitia James haven't been arrested yet. Fake investigation into Comey, Brennan, and Clapper. People constantly interfering with ICE deportations. Democrats calling for attacks on ICE. Will we ever see indictments? I am confident in saying no. And this is how a lot of folks feel right now. So this is the chance for the Trump administration to redeem themselves. I mean, this is your only shot at redemption. Go ahead and bring Tish James to justice. We got Ian Yeager here on X saying Letitia James is going to get away with mortgage fraud because Pam Bondi is a weak attorney general. Wow, what a jab. And I think we have to, make some moves, start prosecuting these corrupt individuals on the left, showing that no one is above the law so that we could regain that confidence and that faith within our Attorney General Pam Bondi. I really hate that it's taken this type of turn. And I do want to clear out some things that I said yesterday about Pam Bondi. I wasn't really trying to come down on her and, try to trash her name, but I just don't know the way this is lining up. It was all Pam Bondi, Pam Bondi, Pam Bondi. She was, taking the credit, saying that she's releasing these documents, the flight logs, his Rolodex, everything we needed to know about Epstein was going to be released, but yet we got nothing. And she was taking all the credit. And now that the ball's been dropped, it seems like Pam Bondi is nowhere to be found as far as the explanation. I mean, we haven't even got a press conference, anything like that. But I don't want to put this all on Pam Bondi, because the more that I look at this situation, it just starts to feel like this cover-up was had way before. A cover-up was conducted way before the Trump administration took the helm. I mean, before Trump even came into office and had his administration, full head of steam, I feel like this cover-up had already been established, and this was something that was unachievable from the beginning, but it just lines up to make Pam Bondi look like that bad person. She may actually be the fall guy or the fall woman in this one, so I do want to kind of take that back and take a little bit of the slander that I put on Pam Bondi yesterday, because I'm not totally off board with Pam Bondi. I just feel like she needs to show us something, redeem yourself, bring one of these crooks, these loonies from the left, and then I'll start to believe and have a little bit more faith in her as our Attorney General. Then I wanted to show you guys this clip. This is Pam Bondi actually acknowledging that she has, and this was dated June 30th, 2025. I'm pretty sure this clip was a little bit before that, but this is Pam Bondi actually acknowledging that she has knowledge and she knows a little bit about the mortgage fraud allegations of Letitia James. So it's not like Pam Bondi doesn't know this information. It seems like at this point she's turning a blind eye, or she's kind of sitting on her hands when it comes to prosecuting this corrupt individual, Letitia James.
James tried to prosecute the now President Trump in his second term. I just want to read a couple things. Criminal referral, then a response from James's office here in New York. James, for both properties listed above, this deals with real estate now, going back decades really, appears to have falsified records in order to meet certain lending requirements and receive favorable loan terms. All right. her office responded by saying the AG James is focused every single day on protecting New Yorkers, especially as the administration weaponizes the federal government against the rule of law and the Constitution. She will not be intimidated by bullies, no matter who they are. The issue here is what property she owned and whether or not she owned it, whether or not she was married, and whether or not her father was involved in all this. Without going into the weeds of the details, this stems from a case in 1983 and the year 2000. That's a minimum of 25 years. Someone had to do some digging to find this. Am I right about that?
Yeah. Bill, the most I know about the case I just learned from you. I saw it on breaking news this morning. This case was sent to us from Bill Pulte. We have not seen it. I inquired right before I walked out here. No one in my office has read it yet. We haven't looked at it. Of course, we'll be reviewing it. You just told me more than I've heard about it so far.
Hey, we aim to please with some breaking news of our own. Indeed.
All right, you guys. So that was Pam Bondi actually acknowledging a couple months back that she knows about Letitia James, or she's gotten word of Letitia James mortgage fraud allegations, the crime that she's been carrying out behind the scenes, and hopefully, just hopefully, she's got a little bit more information than what she had right here on this Fox News segment. And guys, I have one final clip that I want to show. We can't leave here without showing this clip right here. This one is just pure gold. Letitia James being called out to her face by a New Yorker saying, how does it feel knowing that you're finally going to go down for your crime and your corruption? Take a look and just listen to the audience gasp.
Yes, my question is for Tush James. Will you apologize to President Trump for wasting millions of dollars and the state of New York for a witch trial? And how does it feel to know that you will be in prison for mortgage fraud? How's it feel? How's it feel, Tush? How's it feel, Tush?
Yo, there we have it, guys. Oh my goodness, that clip, it tickles me every single time I see it. I had to leave it here with that one. But guys, my honest opinion on Letitia James and her finally being, brought to, face justice, I just can't. I can't see any other way of Pam Bondi redeeming herself, making an actual move as an attorney general. It just seems like she hasn't came after these corrupt loonies on the left like she should. And it's starting to really feel like these folks are above the law. I mean, we keep saying, everyone say that, no one is above the law. No one is above the law. Even Letitia James, she campaigns, that's her slogan. No one is above the law. And that's the reason why she was able to weaponize the Justice Department, justice system against President Donald Trump to bring about the witch hunt cases. But we need to really start seeing that applying for these folks on the left. I mean, we've only seen these folks coming after and being successful almost coming after individuals on the right. Even if it's a witch hunt trial, we've seen Letitia James successfully, winning her case against President Donald Trump. Of course, it's in the appellate courts, appellate division right now, being reviewed. Hopefully, we can see that thing overturned. But we need to start, changing the tone, shifting the tide. It's time for these folks to finally be brought to justice. And I understand I'm not too upset. Pam Bondi, I mean, she confidently thought that she had this information on her desk. Jeffrey Epstein, she thought she had everything she needed, and the folks in her corner, her cabinet were telling her, hey, this is all the information, all the evidence we've got. We just turned it over for you. And she's coming out doing these press conferences. I can't fault her for really believing in her team, believing in these folks behind the scenes that say that they have this information for her. They kind of set her up to look like that person who's a withholding or, carrying out some mass cover up. Pam Bondi could, cancel all that out by doing this one thing for the American people, bringing Tish James to justice. I mean, the way that she came after President Donald Trump for essentially the same exact crimes, except he was innocent. There was no victims in this case. But in Letitia James' case, with her falsifying her mortgage documents, there was actual victims in this case. She should not have been qualifying for some of these home loans that she's getting, stating that a property in Virginia was going to be her principal and primary residence on a power of attorney document. That's unacceptable, especially when she's the Attorney General of New York, supposed to be the highest attorney in this state, yet she's getting away with fraud. We have to do something. Draw the line right here, Pam Bondi. Redeem yourself, guys. But comment section is open. I'm definitely excited to hear what you guys are thinking on this one. Drop in there. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.